Hey guys, this is day 172 of startups. Just had a call with my friend whom I talked to after school like many years. So he just has been watching some of my videos on YouTube and wanted to talk to me about Canada immigration. So I had all negative things to tell him about Canada immigration, that jobs like really bad job market right now, salaries are low, and taxes high, and on top of it there's so much struggle related to immigration. Like most of the immigrants that I met as I came here were not able to get jobs and been struggling to get a job since many months. Their degrees in India, like they may be from the top universities from India, but that is not really considered given any weightage here. If they are very experienced like me, if they're older people have considerable experience in India, that experience will not be counted. They will have to start from zero and build up slowly from there, do a first job, a smaller job, then try to rise up the hierarchy over the years. So I was talking about all these negative things, and then he asked like, okay, so how about you, how's your life in startup, how is it going in startup? And then I realized, like, I just started saying, oh, my life is actually pretty good. Like I do have struggles in startup, but they are the usual struggles of startup. And yes, they are pretty much the same struggles as I just talked about. I realized that. So yeah, people do not believe me, I have to start from zero. But then any startup, even if I was doing a startup in India, people used to ask me the same question, that hey, you do not have background in music, why are you doing a music startup, how will you be able to do this? And we had over time found out some answers to that. Over time we had built expertise, so we were able to answer that. So even if I was doing the startup in India, I would have that struggle of building credentials from zero in the domain that I'm working. So yeah, that one struggle startup completely shielded me from that. And I think I talked about like how you have to go on for many months without any pay, without any salaries, because you're hunting for a job as a new immigrant. But in startup, that is of course part of the game. Like I will not have any salary incoming money for a very long time, and I'm prepared for that. And any guy who is into startup is just part of the job. So immigrants also have to struggle a lot with the cultural issues, how to present themselves in a work environment, what to say in an interview. And again, this thing also I was completely shielded because I'm in a startup. So yeah, I also need to learn about how to present myself, and I'm struggling with that for sure. And what to say in an interview. Yes, I do not really know what to say in a customer call or in an investor meeting, like you may have seen with Antler experience I had shared before. But then even if was doing a startup in India, I would have had same issues, because as you're doing a startup, you have to, like, your customer is a subculture. Like if you're selling to doctors, then you have to learn the doctors language, their mannerisms, their habits, their priorities, their way of thinking. If you're selling to lawyers, then you have to learn about the lawyers. So you have to always learn culture. So yeah, I have to additionally learn Canadian culture probably. But actually it's part of the game again, so I cannot complain about that. And actually, with a startup with a big goal in mind, like I'm going to earn so many dollars if I crack this game, it all makes it very worthwhile. Also considering the issue of my degree, my university education, and my experience in India is not recognized in Canada if I was looking for a job. But in startup, that is again normal part of life, regardless of whatever you were, CEO, CTO. You may have been from Harvard or MIT, but if you make a product that your customers like, only then they will buy it. So there's no other way than to start from zero and slowly build yourself up over the years. So again, that struggle also completely shielded by the startup. So this conversation with my friend really hit me hard, and I was thinking like, what was the point? Like, why did it really strike me so hard? So maybe one point is like, if you are going to a new country as an immigrant, it's better to start a business instead of just hunting for a job, because in the hustle that is required to just hunt for a job, which is many times really non-standard hustle, which most job seekers are not prepared for. You can actually set up a business and earns much more. So yeah, that could be one point, of course. But I think the real point is for the viewers of this channel, because all of you, I know you are interested in startups, But if you are really in a position where you can actually take that decision to do a startup, yes, maybe you are in pain, you are in struggle because everything is hard in a startup. But I think you have to realize that you are so lucky to be in that situation where you do not have any other struggles, that you can focus completely on the startup, because so many of these other heroes who you will never hear about are just struggling so hard to just be at a level field before they can even dream big. So with that, take care.